Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at SingularityNET's Agix token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. Taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that from the bottom here in November 2022, actually no, the bottom was all the way down here in July 2022 at 3 cents. We are up approximately 3,338%. Now on Patreon, we did manage to enter Agix. I believe it was at around about 27-ish cents, 26, 25 cents. So somewhere over here in January 2024, we managed to enter Agix and the project went parabolic. The same thing happened with another altcoin called Arkham. We entered it right before the 4x to 5x pump that we had. And, this is what happens when you try to buy these coins early before these massive euphoric moves start happening. Now here on the daily, you can clearly see a massive support trend line that we broke, that we bounced off of here in January once again, and then we had a massive break above this resistance level at 65 cents. So this was our all-time high in September 2021 and in February 2023. From there we saw a move all the way up to $1.16. So really good move here. What we can do to set up a target to the upside, we can take a fib there and measure this local top and this bottom that we had. And you can see we're only about to get to the 1.414 fib, which is sitting at $1.23. And then we can take a look at the 1.618 here sitting at $1.65. And that's really good. You know, this is a really powerful pump. If you take a look at if you measure the profit that we're looking at from Patreon, that's like a 550% move to the upside in just a few months. I'm assuming we're going to get to this technical target in the near future because Agix has been going parabolic and I don't see this thing stopping anytime soon. We can also measure a breakout target from the resistance trend line there down to the bottom. Actually, the bottom would be somewhere around there of this ascending triangle. And you can see the target would put us at approximately $12 or so. And that's not too high. You know, that's like a 10x from where we are right now, slightly more than a 10x. And I think a $20 to $30 billion market cap for Agix is very much possible. So I think we can get up to those $20 numbers, right? It's possible. I'm not an ultra bull. Obviously, take profits. Always try to pay yourself. I'm not telling you to hold until $20 or $30. But I am telling you the fact that Agix is really bullish, so you want to make sure that you capitalize on the fact that it's in a very bullish niche. So you want to take profits as we're going up, but you also don't want to sell too early. So it's up to you to find that perfect balance. Now you can also see we had a perfect back test here of the previous all-time high. So if you take a look at this retest that we had off of the 67 cents area, which was the all-time high back from September 2021. So that was a perfect breakout back test and then a move to the upside. So we're constantly printing higher highs and higher lows. And if you're looking to take some profits, $1.22 is not a bad place to start doing that. If you really want to do that, especially if you entered somewhere in 2022, I mean, you're looking at crazy gains here. But if not, you know, you can just wait with me. I'll be holding until the foreseeable future. Once we start getting to some higher targets, and we'll take a look at those on the weekly chart, then we can potentially see what where to sell and what to do at that time. Now, taking a look at the RSI, you can see we are in the overbought, and there is a bit of a bearish divergence playing out here. So if we take this arrow and we point it from the top there, you can see that we're printing a lower high. Now, if we take the same arrow from the same point, but on the price action chart, we are printing a higher high. So this is a bearish divergence. This is typically a sign that's telling you we're going to be seeing a retracement sometime soon. Now, whether this retracement happens right now or whether, you know, it was just going to be a nice bounce off of the 20 EMA, right? It's possible it already played out because we had this bearish divergence here. We had a bit of a move to the downside, right? We had a wick back to the 20 EMA, so you could have entered at 70 cents just a few days ago on March 5th. You could have entered at 67 cents, which was our previous all-time high, as discussed earlier. So this is the importance of setting up these buy limit orders in advance. We had this massive wick to the downside. You could have been filled over here multiple times, and by that, you know, at this point, you would have been in profit already. For example, from the bottom of the wick, we're up approximately 75%. So this is how incredibly useful these buy limit orders are, because even if you're asleep and you have the orders set up, the price drops, the order gets filled. That's the way it works. So that's why I always encourage you to set up these buy limit orders in advance. And just like right now, you can set up some buy limit orders at these lower levels. For example, you can take a look at this level over here at 77 cents. You can see that we do have a resistance level that we broke above and had a back test of support here that we wicked through that, but no one is saying that we cannot come back down to that price. So potentially 75 to 77 cents is going to be a really good entry point for anyone looking to buy AGIX tokens. But if you want to set up some buy limit orders below that, for example, the 67 cents area and the 63.5 cents area, feel free to do that. Just make sure you don't have any round numbers in your buy limit orders. Not a financial advice, but that does increase your chances of getting filled. So once again, the RSI is a bit overbought. I would like to see a move down here, somewhere towards the oversold. Right, that would be a really good entry point. We haven't been oversold for quite a while. The last time we were oversold was in August 2023, in June 2023, and in May 2023. So if by any chance you do get a dip and you can see that AGIX is trading somewhere at 65 cents, the RSI is all the way down here below the index of 30, just know that that is a really good buying opportunity. So now I want to switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we have a very beautiful symmetrical triangle over here that we are breaking out of. As you can see, we looked at this during our previous video, and you can clearly see that we have a very nice wave 1, wave 2, and right now we're entering that wave 3 that could potentially take us to, let's say, $12, and let's say we have like a 40% retracement from there, and then we have our wave 5 taking us to, you know, let's say $27 is the peak. That is roughly what I would be looking at, because wave 3 is usually the biggest wave of your Elliott wave structure. And, you know, by all means, from 16 cents all the way to $13, that works for me. That would be a really bullish move. Of course, it could be slightly smaller than that, right? We could get to $7 to $5 and then have a retracement from there, and then have the wave 5 into the top of the bull market. But just make sure you are aware that the bull market is not going to continue forever. With the way things have been playing out, I am more leaning towards the idea of the top being printed sometime at the end of this year or early 2025, so like January, February 2025, but I would be more inclined to sell at the end of this year, by the end of the year, just so that I don't worry about any potential crashes afterwards, and I can, go to sleep calmly and, secure all of the profits. That is the plan anyway. And let me know what is your entry point into AGIX, because a lot of people are probably, looking for entries. And if you are on the weekly chart, the 20 EMA is still sitting quite low at 46 cents. Whether we get down there or not, obviously, I don't know. I would probably say we're not going back down that low, because that is, that would be quite the pullback there of approximately 60%. And it's not unheard of, but you have to understand that this move to the upside is still not complete. Yes, we could see a 60% move to the downside, but what if this move continues higher? Let's say we get to $2, and then from there we get that 60% dump. So you never know what is going to happen next. That's why it was so important getting in at these, at these low levels and low prices over here. But of course, if you did it right now, you're going to be at risk if you're buying in at these local tops, at these new all-time high prices. So I would wait for a retracement. The pink trend line is a perfect entry point. A perfect entry point. If you manage to come back down here, have the back test of support, you're going to be set for this up and coming wave. And that's what I would be doing. That's what I would be doing if I did not have any AGIX at the moment. You can see we have bullish crosses printed all over the chart here. So the 20 EMA crossed above the 55 and the 200 EMA back in February 2023. And then we had some sort of a bearish cross here on the weekly in October, September 2023, just briefly. And then we reversed immediately. And that was your bull market signal there. And that is, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for AGIX. As the second fib level here, we're looking at $12.36, and the 2.272 is sitting at 27.5 cents. Whether we get to $27 is yet to be seen, right? We want to go through $20 first, but $12 looks like a legitimate target for us. And keep in mind, we have been in this pattern for quite a while, and we're just starting to break out. This breakout can be incredibly huge and very parabolic. So welcome to the bull market, guys. This is the way things happen here during these bullish times. Of course, on the oscillators, we are extremely overbought, like extremely overbought. Look at the index. We're sitting at 90. The last time we were this high was back in January 2023. And before that, April 2021. And every single time we had a move to the downside from there. So this time, so in 2020, we had like 78% pullback. Right here, we had a 68% pullback from February 2023. So you just have to understand that these pullbacks can occur. But again, this was a pullback during a bull market. So that's why it was only, was it actually 78%? Let me see. Oh, it actually was. It was 80% if you count the wick. Without the wick, it was 73%. So that's massive. That was a massive pullback there during a bull market. But this pullback here from August, September 2021 into the bear market, that was a 95% drop. That was your bear market there. And from there, you kind of broke out and started the bull market early for AGIX. Injective started its bull market a bit early as well. So I would not be expecting a 70% drop just because it happened once. Yes, it's possible, but just don't bet your money on something that may or may not happen. That's essentially, that is what crypto is. I know, but I'm just saying, if you're going to be on the sidelines waiting to buy at really, really low prices just because you think a 70% pullback is going to happen, then you might just miss out on all the hype, on all the profits that are waiting for you. So make sure you think about what you're doing, make sure you set up your targets properly, and make sure you look at some other altcoins. For example, if this one is going parabolic and it's too expensive for you, look at some other options. There is no need to buy something. There's no need to chase a coin. That's, I guess, the whole point of this video. Don't chase coins. Like, we entered down here, so we're good on Patreon. If you're following the Patreon, let us know down below in the comments. But if you're looking to enter over here, I would not be doing that. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor. It's all up to you. Thank you all for watching this video. Stay safe and take care.